And when you walk yourself inside my crosshairs, I'm going to hug the trigger. And I'm going to drop you. You can't withhold this from me. When you have that, unstoppable. Unstoppable. And then when you have the model in your hand and you know exactly how you're going to perform with it, you have no idea. You have no idea the potential you have then. Every goal that you ever set, smashed. Every goal that you ever imagined within your reach, smashed. And you look around and think, man, I did not have high enough goals. This was too easy. This was too easy. But while you're going through it, it seems impossible. They're not doing it. So why are you taking other people's advice that aren't doing shit? If they're not doing better than you, they don't have any opinion on how to make you better. Cut it out. You want to be self-sufficient. You want to be able to make this money on your own. You don't want to listen to me. You don't want to listen to anybody else. You don't even want to be on social media. Fuck these people. You don't want to give a shit about what they say about you. You don't care. You don't give a shit if they see what house you live in. You don't give a shit what kind of car you drive, how much money you got in the fucking bank. You don't care about none of that because you're living your life. You're taking care of your family. If it fucking offends you, I don't give a shit. Move on down the fucking road because this is where the rubber meets the road, folks. No one's going to protect you. I can't protect you. You're going to fuck it up if you fuck it up and you did it in your own hands. But if you do the due diligence and say, I'm cutting all the bullshit out today. I'm cutting it all out. I got no excuses now. He said it. I got no excuses. It's there. It's in the charts every single day, every single week. This is the hardest, easy money you've ever made. And the only thing that complicates it is the person you see in the mirror. How long are you going to let that person in the reflection of that mirror hold you back? You think you look like that person in the reflection of that mirror. You don't. You don't. It's backwards. And it's not shocking when you think about how we think ass backwards. We think about things backwards because we don't think we deserve it. Bullshit. You deserve it. The fact that you're still listening to me, bloviate. You know you want it. You can fucking taste it. It's ready. It's within grasp. You know it's there. You just gotta keep digging. It's gonna happen for you. I have dozens other ones that I'm begging for them to come forward. New step. New spring in their step. Why? Because they don't need ICT no more. And guess what, baby? Woo! That's exactly what you do when you graduate. Fuck you, ICT. Thanks, brother. See ya. That's exactly how I want you to do. I don't want you tethered to me. I don't want you constantly tethered to me. I want you to say, thank you so much, but I ain't got time to be messing with you no more. I got things to do. Places to be. Boom. That's exactly how you leave the nest. That's it. We're done.
This is one of the hardest things that you as a human being will ever endeavor to do. Because it's so easy to psych yourself out. I'm convinced that 80% of people that fail, they talk themselves into failure. Either subconsciously or blatantly. Think about what you've done to yourself as a trader. If you've traded with live funds and you've blown that account or accounts, you can go right back to the moment where you knew at that moment, right before you did it, when you still had money in the account, the day that you did like 25, 30 trades, over leveraging, trying to fix something, trying to just do whatever, at some point, it became like you just wanted to end it all because it was too painful. Just click until I don't have any more money left. I don't have the discipline to do it right. I've already convinced myself that I'm never going to do this, so let's just blow the account and be done with it. So subconsciously what? Your mind tells your hand there's something to do. Push the button. But the chart's saying nothing about doing anything at all. You're never going to see a book written like that. But that's the stuff that goes on for real.
Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, good morning, good morning, boys and girls. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well. Go ahead and hit the like button for me, boys and girls. Would be much appreciated. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope your guys' week is off to a good start. Good morning, good morning. Who do we got in here? Good morning, Rodriguez. Welcome to the Inner Circle, man. Good morning, Bossy, Hindsight King, Adakin. Good morning. Good morning, Soné. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Mathenge Jr. Is that right? Mathenge? Good morning, Mathenge. Good morning, Wolf Dubai. Good morning, Akiba. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Tuesday. Happy CPI day to all those who celebrate. Let me go ahead and get the audio adjusted here. Everything looks good to go. All right, guys. We'll jump into the charts here. We got market open in like 30 seconds. Economic calendar wise, we do have some medium impact news at 10 a.m. We got Trump speaking at 2 p.m. What is this? Due to speak at Detroit Economic Club. Okay. So I'm not really too concerned about the 10 a.m. news just because it's orange folder. Obviously, CPI data came out here at 8:30. And to me, obviously a nice drive up, taking out recent highs. ES actually has now traded to its all-time high. Let me go up here. 1 hour. Let's go to the daily quick. Yeah, so ES all-time highs currently. Let me turn some of these off for now. ES all-time highs currently. We got really nice buy-side levels right here internally on NQ as well. So just looking here at the daily chart, this is, let's see, this is last week Friday. Obviously very strong bullish close on the Friday candle in the close of the week. Yesterday, big wick down, still ended up with a huge rejection wick to the downside and then closing above Friday's close. And then so far today, obviously you can see that the daily candle kind of looks a little messy. Scaling into the 4 hour, the area of interest that I was looking at going into the end of the day yesterday and last night was this 4 hour BPR. You can see that we have traded down into it. I wonder if we will see another purge below into like yesterday's first presented fair value gap. That's what this gap, I just left it on here because it never got traded into. So we'll see if maybe that wants to get revisited perhaps. Otherwise, buy side levels 133.5. We are already above our previous weekly high, but like I said, I wonder if we can get to that smooth equal highs here, like 133 potentially. But yeah, we did trade up right at the CPI news. So data high currently, we'll mark it out. Data high is 45.5. And we just have some clean relative equal lows here at London and where's London? London and Asia. Right here. So we'll see. We'll see if price wants to purge below here. Like I said, this is the first presented fair value gap. Just leaving it marked out because we didn't revisit it yesterday. And it kind of makes sense with this for the moment, to me at least. So we will see, boys and girls. Let me know in the chat if you guys are bullish or bearish today. Data high 45.5. I'll just we'll mark everything out here before we scale in. And then obviously data low is going to be right below this 830 open. But yeah, I would say higher time frames, definitely still bullish. I mean, I feel like it'd be hard not to be. But doesn't mean that on the lower time frames we couldn't see a drive lower potentially. But that is kind of how I'm viewing things as of the moment. Nothing that I'm too psyched about at the very moment in terms of what I would like to see here. This is the woman now. Really kind of depends if this data high is going to serve as a manipulation to then want to trade below these lows here. I'm going to mark out Asia quick. Or if we're going to manipulate data high one more time. Asia low, sorry. I've been working on the railroad all the ding-a-dong day. Data high. Alrighty. Scale in here. We shall scale in. Let's see what we get, boys and girls. 1 minute. Let's check the 5. Yeah, 1 minute, 5 minute gap. Obviously below this low here. You can see it's reacting pretty strong. Back to the upside here. Yeah, nice 5 minute reaction. This looks decent for a push higher. It is still a little bit early. It's 5 minutes into the open. Looks decent. SMT at this low with ES. Yeah, just got a nice close here above opening price of this current hourly candle. You can see the respect here. I wonder if this is just going to rip right to data high now. Good luck if you boys are in this. It's a little tempting. It's just a little early. You hitting the gym later? Hopefully. That'd be nice. What's up, everybody? Let's see. Poll in the chat. What are we? 73% bullish. Oh, my God. Why so lopsided today, boys? 73% bullish? Is that... Are we going to just tank? Perfect 61% fib. Right here. Yep. Sure is. ICT is currently giving the usual sermon. What's the sermon? What's he saying? Fill me in. I'm not listening to it. But give me the cliff notes. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of tempted to try this long here. Didn't really get a strong inversion here on the 1 minute, 2 minute. It is an inversion nonetheless, but it's tempting, but I don't think I'm going to play it, at least not yet. 5-minute bearish gap on ES. I was going to say, like, I don't know, if this would have been a better inversion here, and I was looking at this 5-minute. If we got a 5-minute change in the state here, maybe that could be pretty solid. But then the risk reward, if you're just going to data high, I mean, it's low-hanging fruit, but the risk reward wouldn't be fantastic unless you kind of cheated your stop loss a little bit. Did something like this. Even that's not... you could do it. It's over 1R. Nice move, though. Nice move. Opening price of this hourly candle. Holding beautifully. Silent S, that's incorrect. I assume your PM trades are demo. You never lost a PM trade. You never lost a PM session, which is hard to believe. You usually size up in the PM as well. What are you talking about? Let me put it. First of all, you're totally incorrect, Silent Desk. Second of all, are you saying that there's a less chance that you're going to buy my course now that I don't sell? Because if that is the case, Silent Desk, that's pretty disappointing. Silent Desk, don't tell me the odds of you buying a mentorship from me that I don't sell just went down. Silent Desk. No. Silent Desk MP3. Don't say it ain't so. Nice move up here to the data high, boys. What time do you usually take PM trades? Guys, it's the same philosophies. It's a lot of time and price. It's waiting for hourly closures. I mean, if you want me to, I can go back and explain yesterday's trade if you would like, but every single thing that I do is around time, pretty much, first and foremost. That's why, like, in the AM session, I'm not usually looking to take trades like in the first 5 minutes of open. I just usually like to wait for at least like the first 15 minutes to play out. You know, sometimes I get it wrong. Sometimes I would say yesterday was interesting because I was kind of waiting for there to be a correction back down to some unfilled 1 hour gaps. But as new 1 hour candles kept opening and closing, we kept forming like higher PD rays essentially. And it was just literally continuously disrespecting bearish. And then immediately you would respect whatever bullish gap was put in. So it was pretty, it was just one of those days where you just couldn't be stubborn about like wanting to see a reversal and just kind of like continuously buying the dip, if I'm being honest. So I would say the thing that helped me yesterday the most was I was planning on not taking a trade at all. And then I was just sitting here and I was just like, geez, it was one of those trades where it was just like, wow, that seemed really it seems really obvious. So then I took it with, it still ended up being pretty low size. Like fucking Silent Desk in the chats is like, yeah, you usually size up, but it's just like, well, the PM session is far less volatile than the AM session. So my stop losses are usually like 9 or 10 points in the PM session. So it's like, of course I'm going to size up. Why would I not size up when the stop loss is literally 3 times smaller? It's just like, it's like some people wake up and the first thing on their agenda is to be retarded. They woke up today, they said, oh, let me check my to-do list. Oh, right at the top there, it says in all caps, be retarded. Amazing. Incredible. Fantastic. I guess you could put a check mark. Check. Chart color. I did drop it in the chat the other day. We can do that later, maybe. Took the same PM trade. Nice, Isaac. Sell us a course so we can get trash talk. Otherwise, we would just be just complaining for free stuff. Well, that's the thing. It's just like, if you're going to complain either way, I might as well. Listen, that's the thing. Whether you do shit for free or whether you sell, that is the one thing that I can say about course sellers at this point is it's like, you're going to get hated on whether you stream for free, whether you sell something or not. It's like, shit, I might as well sell something if I'm going to get hated either way. I mean, the number of DMs I get every single day of like people like, bro, I'll literally pay you for one-on-one mentorship. And I'm just like, dude, I don't do that. Please, bro, please. And I'm like, just show up to the live streams and ask questions. Like I literally try to answer every question like an open book. And then they don't show up and they don't ask questions. What am I looking for today? I mean, kind of a couple things. I did think that this long was pretty decent to the data high. Kind of thought we were going to get it here. Did not finish it off. We did pull back to this opening price. So as of this very moment... Oh. Rodriguez, welcome. I got to move that. Hang on. There we go. So you would have probably been stop break even, I would assume, if you did take this long, unless you're just holding it and letting it play out. ES is starting to sell off here. But yeah, at the beginning of stream, if you guys were here, I basically just marked out a couple areas of interest in terms of buy side and sell side. And that's predominantly kind of why I hesitated. I am a little bit more bullish on the higher time frames, but you know, if you jump out like to this 15-minute or hourly and kind of just zoom out a little bit, I felt like these lows are pretty clean. And then the way that like CPI reacted, I felt like maybe that could be achievable, would be like this Asia low. So I'm kind of just staying patient and waiting. I definitely thought that this long, like I said, was pretty clean, but ultimately it was just a little too early anyway, so filtered it out. As of right now, ES is putting in a new low here internally. I have used FX Replay. It's been a while, but yes, I have. I'm pretty sure I have an affiliate code for FX Replay, but I've never received a commission from them. So that's, now that I think about that, what's going on? Relative Eagle Highs just made me even more bullish now. Yeah. If it took out Asia, will you take long? I would, yeah, I mean, probably look for longs, yeah. There is data open on ES. It's looking like ES will probably take out, if anything, Asia low and then we have S&T there as well. Is this our first presenter right here? Yeah. What's up, Kev? What did I miss? I don't think you missed too much. What do I think about full porting CPI? I guess if you're full porting evals, that's fine. You're talking like the news candle? I actually don't hate that strategy for like evals. If I guess if you're just gambling them, I feel like I'd still rather just like wait for like a solid trade though, and then just like really size up. That's just me though. I don't know. Because I mean that's a totally pure gamble, right? Even if like you play it right, or even if you know, because obviously most people, what do they do, like a buy limit or a buy stop, sell stop? I don't know. It's just, you guys have seen, if you've ever watched like these data candles come out, it's like you could get a huge pop one way or the other, and then like a huge wick, and then like a continuation, and like that big wick could be enough to like margin call the account. Plus you got slippage. I just feel like it's less than ideal still, but obviously in theory, like it can work really well. But yeah, it's a pure gamble. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just like size up. I feel like I'd rather just size up and take like an actual good setup. You get margin called on profit. Well, I call it a margin call, but basically it's like when you just hit max loss, and then they close your position. Thank you, Suhel. Do you trade with Tradeify on trade? Yes. Yes, I do. How did you know? Yeah, we got medium impact in 8 minutes. Orange folder news. I wasn't really opposed to taking something that was prior to the news. But might end up waiting anyway. I do, Renee, yes. Not only that, but I have other funded accounts as well. As you guys know, I did sign an exclusive deal with Tradeify that kind of restricts me from advertising for other firms and different things like that, which is why you guys see me posting about and talking about, and on live streams I'm trading specifically these Tradeify accounts, which is just another reason why when people like Silent Desk say silly things, buddy has no idea what's going on. Silent Desk, you know what I show you. And unfortunately, I'm only able to show you so many things, believe it or not, as of right now. Just trying to, you know, fulfill my contractual duty so I don't get sued. Gay jokes are always fair game, yes. How's the fill overall? You know, I feel like that's... the fill overall can be... But at the end of the day, it's just like... You're talking about maybe a few ticks. So it's not like a huge deal. But obviously I like to do limit orders. It does fuck me sometimes. I do get left behind every once in a while. Especially if NQ is just moving fast and we just leave breakaway gaps. Because that's usually where I'm slapping my limits. Is in a fair value gap. Or I guess even sometimes an order block, but... if you set a limit order, then it doesn't matter. I would say that maybe be one reason you would, if you wanted to execute on Tradeify or execute on like NinjaTrader specifically, then you could buy bid or sell the ask. But even those, but you can get left behind in fast moving markets doing that too. Answer my what? Moha, sorry, I didn't see what you said. Just bought a 50K select. Advice how I should pass it, and explain the consistency for me, please. 40% consistency. So there's, you said to 50K. Is the profit target? I forget. The profit target on those is low, or is it 3K still? I think it's still 3K, right? Or is it 2,500? I forget. Something was, one of them was lower. I'm trying to remember. Was it the 50K? Is it 2,500? It is? Okay. So what's 40%? I'll just do the math for you. So all you do is you take your $2,500 profit target. You times it by 0.4 on your calculator. All right. Or whatever your profit target is. If you have different accounts other than the 50K, hit the all equals button. And that'll give you around 1K. So what that means is it's okay if you make over 1K in a day. It's just not going to be of benefit to you. You'll have to make more than your profit target to pass. There's just no benefit to making more than 1K in a day on those evals. So if you're up 1K, I would just recommend be done trading for the day on that specific account. And then yeah, once you get your profit target with the consistency rule, meaning no more than 1K in one day, then you get your option of select daily or select flex. No, it's end of day. Yeah, no. So you could make it in one trade if you wanted. That'd probably be preferred. Less mental capital. Free indicator. There is a free indicator that's similar. Maybe not exactly the same, but ICT higher time frame candles by, where is it? Fadi right here. ICT higher time frame candles by Fadi is a very similar free option. Come to Agartha. I don't even know what it... Agartha? Yeah. It sounds like a disease. Sorry, honey, I got Agartha. I don't know. Yeah, no, in all seriousness, I don't know where that is. Yeah, we'll see. We're kind of just in the middle of this range right now. Faster way to execute on TradingView with TP and stop loss? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Faster way to execute? You only have so many ways that you can execute. First off, you can either market execute, buy, sell. You could slap a long or short tool on your chart, set up a limit, create limit order right here, right click, create limit order. This is nice because then it gives you your brackets. Obviously, if you have these on. If you have these on, I guess you could do it like this. You could have them off. They must have just added this to Tradeify because this never used to be a thing. That's cool. So now you can drag and drop your TP and stop loss. That used to not be there for Tradeify. Right click. I always have these brackets on, but apparently now if you turn these brackets off, let's just pretend here if I were to put a buy limit on. This is not a real trade, boys. I'm just fucking around. Oh, you can't do it. See? So when you actually put the limit on, you can't drag and drop. What the fuck? That's stupid. But anyway, yeah, I always put these brackets on. So that way they're on there. So if I put this buy limit on, I can drag and drop this. But like that's probably the only way to really quickly do it. Otherwise, I mean, that's pretty much it. There's only so many ways you can do it. You can set up hotkeys as well. That'd maybe be the other fastest way. Otherwise, basic buying is like shift on TradingView at least. Shift B for buy, shift S for sell. And then it just uses whatever contract you have in here. Nanye. Yeah, the Tradeify partnership never ended. I just apparently was not allowed back on Tradeify TV. Seemingly. I don't know if that was the plan originally. That wasn't what that's not what I was told when it happened. But then I just never heard back, so. There we go. Asia low on ES being taken. Data low on NQ just got tapped. I guess we can mark out data low. We do have SMT at the Asia low currently. See how we react to this area. Dude, I kind of am a PR nightmare, to be honest. All I know is the hourly looks very strong to the downside on ES right now. We did leave this hourly gap, which we've immediately traded below currently on this hourly. This was 10 a.m. open? That's right, 10 a.m. open. Okay. This is not today's first presented fair value gap. This is yesterday's. We just never traded back into it. I'll mark out Monday. max trades a day. I mean, it kind of all really depends. I don't really have like a max, but it's very rare that I take more than like 3. Ideally just 1 though. Or was I yesterday? It was a no news Monday yesterday. Day before CPI. I was just chilling. Did you guys trade yesterday morning? Let me know. Yesterday morning was not super amazing just because it was one of those straight up moves at the open. Yet again. And then basically just like a grind higher the rest of the day. There was some good opportunities though if you just like kind of stayed on trend for sure. I'm going to give this long a try, boys. Off this inversion, data low, sweep. We got relative equal highs up here at data high. And SMT at Asia low. Almost a 2R. And still have this 1 hour gap that is holding, obviously, until this hourly candle closes below it. So yeah, I'm going to try the long here. And then, yeah, my target's just data high. Close back below this gap now. Five-minute flipped all the way back. I don't like that. Might be a quick L. It is fun when the inversion entry is the perfect entry in the wrong direction. Inflation numbers are better than expected. Wasn't it the same? Or was that worse than what was, or better than what was forecasted? Yeah, it's the same, right? Oh, wait. Month over month, 0.2. But year over year. Yeah, it came out unchanged. Clinging to a thread here, but yeah, probably going to be a stop up. 55 points on 7 micros. ES just staying a little too heavy here. Hourly gap looks like it'll disrespect, most likely. Oops. Yeah, I'll be trading tomorrow, Isaac. Yeah, I just generated equal lows on both ES and NQ right here. Not fantastic. All right, stopped out there. Minus 720 per account. Didn't mind the setup though. Data low sweep, SMT at Asia high, or Asia low, sorry. And then, like this inversion, hourly candle just flipped back bearish. So probably, so situationally, if you remember, what was that trade I lost on was that Friday? No. Yeah, it was Friday actually, sorry. NFP Friday. NFP Friday, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to front run the 10 a.m. candle disrespecting this hourly gap. Hourly gap ends up holding with the wick. Not this time. Too premium, essentially. See what happens. Asia low is 846. Bias is right, just a little early, maybe. Perhaps these data equal highs were a little too enticing. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a rough go in the AM session so far this year for me. Just in terms of win rate. AM session has been a dirty dog. Plenty of hoop left, though. Plenty of hoop left. What's up, George? Yeah, George, where the heck you been? Big wicks on this 5. Jeez. What's up, T-Money? Preparing to immigrate to Canada? From where? George, I feel like you told me where you're from before. I forgot, though. Immigrate to Canada? Why Canada? I have never been to Canada, but from everyone, or I guess just from the internet, everyone makes Canada sound like a shit show. But I guess what place isn't right now? Anything's better than here from Lebanon? Oh, shit. Is Lebanon getting bombed right now? Wasn't Lebanon just like getting bombed by Israel like recently? Yes. George, are you okay? Are you literally trading in a war zone right now? Yeah, in all reality, it looks like this is going to confirm lower prices. Look at these 4-hour candles. Sheesh. The trend is your friend until the end. Asia low incoming on NQ here. Trading from Zimbabwe. Nice. There's Asia low. Want a short now? No. No, I'm good. I'd be open to shorts later, though, potentially. Trading from Kazakhstan here. Nice to finally be here. Hey, we love Kazakhstan in this chat. Yeah, we actually talk about that pretty often, how nice Kazakhstan is. First presented fair value gap from yesterday, chat, is not far off. One more drive lower, we'll have it 820s, 820 roughly. Let's see here. Yeah, look at that inducement off data low. Suck me out west, dude. Tricky buggers. Tyler, let me get the counter UAV up. Let me get the counter UAV up. Napalm strike inbound. I do find those videos funny where it's like playing video games with your friend from Palestine or Ukraine or whatever. You just hear like gunshots in the background, and then it flips to the TV and they're playing like 2K or Madden or something. Oh man, that's how you know you watch too much fucking reels. No. We got AC 130. Internet's gonna go out. Son of a gun. We're about to go dark 30 here. Oh, we're dumping, chat. We're dumping. Yeah, as far as later goes, though, you know, shoot. Like, this is really strong right now on the hourly, so I don't necessarily... Let's see. You could say longs would be easy to look for later, but I feel like you could also make the argument that this just... There's nothing on the daily, though, really to pull back for. Weekly... We just have no idea where the bottom of this is, right? This is 50% from this swing low to this swing high. So that could be the bottom. We do have, what is it, 1026? I'm just going to have a hard time wanting to be long bias on this hourly if this close is going to, you know, not only inverse here, but like even if we were to like close below these lows, I just don't like the idea of trying to long against that. We'll see what happens here. We'll stay patient. Obviously wanted to see the data low to data high play. No bueno. Sold right off here, so we're gonna be patient. Congrats to the people that went short, I guess. Job well done. Losing is hella gay. Couldn't agree more. Trading from Maryland. Bullish but look clean short. Yeah, I would say as soon as this inversion was reclaimed here, I agree that was dire straits. You can see the respect here too. First presented gap from yesterday. See if we find any support here. It's really kind of the last area in here. If this is going to hold bullish, in my opinion. If this is going to hold bullish and we see this end up being a wick on the 4 hour and then the candle reverses, that'd be it. Otherwise, we got plenty of lows we could go target. It is kind of unfortunate that there's like just nothing here on like the 4 hour. This 4 hour gap that we're in here currently is all we have. Like if you go to the daily, you have this daily order block here and here. But otherwise, like internally, there's nothing in here, which would mean previous weekly low would be probably like if we're really going to see expansion here, like that is probably it, which is down at 25,265. So yeah, but there's nothing in here on the daily. So to me, unlike the 4 hour, if we lose this, I think we go fairly lower. But if we can hold this, then I still like staying on side with kind of the long bias more so. But that'll be a lot of waiting for candle closures at that point. So might be too early to tell. Dude, I got you, bro. That's the thing. Hey, Tyler, what is the what's the saying? The wolf climbing the mountain. Tyler, listen to this. The wolf climbing the mountain is hungrier than the wolf already at the top. You know what I mean? So I like to think I'm just giving you a blessing. Just giving you a blessing so you can feel that hunger. Feel that deep-rooted hunger. You know what I mean? So you can get that back. You know, sometimes, listen, when you're at the top, it gets a little you get a little comfortable. You get a little complacent, and you don't do what got you there, right? So it's like, hey, sometimes you just need to feel that back against the wall one more time. You know what I'm saying? You know, listen, sometimes I like to blow all my funded accounts all at once just so I can feel the grind again. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just get numb to it. You're just like, you know, just let me blow everything quick and start over because I need to get that hunger back. Yeah, I'll see what happens, boys. It is 10:30. New 30-minute just opened. Yeah, we're kind of at a moment of truth here. It could get pretty ugly if this doesn't hold. Imagine CPI data high being the high of the week. Ooh. But gosh, even look at this weekly. Weekly order block, daily order block. I don't know. I hate to be such a pessimist, you know what I mean? Don't let those wicks make you emotional. Easier said than done. Jake's along. Good luck. Yeah, I'm still. I mean, I guess I'm becoming more open to everything, but I just feel like if I'm going to feel real confident in continued shorts, right inside of a bullish PD array at 50%, I just feel like I have to wait for higher time frame closures first. So therefore, I'm still on the bullish side more so right now, or the bullish possibility. Gruck wants 25,935. 935. Oh. Yeah. I want 26,045. That's what I want. Just staying patient here. 5-minute gap here. It's obviously middle of the hour. Not going to front run that. Trying to be patient like a good boy. No clean setups. It kind of just depends on what your bias is and how confident you are in it. I don't feel like the short was like super clean here if you were waiting until like after 10 o'clock. Obviously, the first presented fair value gap short from like quarter after, you could say in hindsight was pretty clean, but very choppy back and forth even, especially on this 1 minute. Big, you know, big wicks on the 5. I can't say the deliveries don't make sense though in terms of like, you know, we were marking out these levels in buy side. It's just that is kind of the realities sometimes of trading in the middle of those. And yeah, just trying to stay, just, you know, just because you take a loss internally on a small time frame doesn't mean that you just necessarily throw your bias, you know, out with the bathwater. But so I'm trying not to do that and get emotional and just chase shorts. I don't think that's the right play here. Until proven otherwise, really. Changing the state here. Loading, question mark. Potential 5-minute inversion. Obviously, this 5-minute candle just opened. Premium and discount is if you mark out a range. So, for example, here to here. Anything below 50%. Oh. Anything below 50% is discount. Anything above is premium. But you can't just look necessarily at... You can't just look necessarily... I'm not in this right now just yet, boys. But if this ends up holding, I think I will join it. Yes, you can do... Time is fractal, so you can... Or price is fractal. You can do premium and discount of any time frame. But you always want to make sure that your premium and discount ranges from the lower time frames line up with your premium and discount ranges from the higher time frames. Right now we do have that, right? Because we have traded down to discount of the higher time frame 4-hour range, which I showed you guys. So now, again, still 10:38. So timing could still be one factor here. That was a very, like, we opened this candle and immediately shot down. I'm not in this right now. So this could be just an avoided L, but you see that 5-minute, holy sheesh. Just purely off the way that reacted, that was fast. Next macro begins here. I'm not in taking in, not yet. This reaction here, this actually probably looks good for continuation lower for at least like another drive. Potentially. I'm not going to say that we will or won't, but it wouldn't surprise me. 3-minute gap in there. That's why I said I didn't want to front run these. More inducement. Waiting for now. Waiting for 5 to inverse. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's kind of what I'm waiting for as well. I'm not going to lie. If this reaction was a little different, a little bit more subtle, good chance I may already be in this. But just the way that that was so quick and aggressive. Happy to be sitting out right now. Wouldn't surprise me either if we saw the drive lower take place at like right after 11, because then we'll have New York AM kill zone will be finished up. Could see that AM low be taken shortly after. You know, potentially. And go from there. But yeah, man, right now, P&L down 720. From the loss here. Tried the longs. Thought it was a pretty decent setup. Ended up being inducement. Welcome to the real world. Aw, T money. See, it's funny you say that because you're my hero. At least it's mutual. Everyone on X took the long from the IFVG. Everyone on X took it? I doubt it. I was going to say, I'm going to check social media this morning and everyone's going to be like, fucking easy free shorts. Everyone's going to have made a doctor's salary today, and I'll have to post about my L potentially. Dude, yeah, I don't know. The AM session win rate so far this year. I mean, obviously the year just fucking started. It's only not even 2 weeks in. But so far, New York AM session, I have been kind of getting shafted. Win rate's like probably 30 fucking percent maybe. PM's better so far, but it's still early. Still very early in the year. I mean, you got to think we've had, I guess this will be our second major news event so far for January now, with CPI, PPI tomorrow. So don't get too down. As long as you manage risk and take good trades that you can defend, that's really all you can do. If you flip the mini contract, you'll see an if you flip the mini contract, you'll see an inversion IFVG set up to the downside where you went long. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I know. Look at Monday, first presented fair value gap. Agalarov, where have you been, man? I think I've mentioned the Monday first presented fair value gap at least like 5 times. At least it's got to be at least 5. It might be 6 or 7. Don't tell me you were late to class. It's not too late. It's never too late. And when they hear you say it'll be all right, still I hear you say you want to sleep with my wife. All right. Let's lock in here. Last 15-minute candle of the hour. 10:46. Macro beginning shortly. Let's see what sets up here. I am still favoring longs. I just want to avoid if we get one more drive down. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I trade for my cuck chair. My wife and her boyfriend are right next door. I can see him. Old man Jenkins. Can't fucking get rid of that guy. Oh. Yeah, it brings boner. It brings the term boner candle and Drake candle a whole different meaning, Tyler. People think I say Drake candle because it's a big black candle, but what they don't know is it's not the Drake candle I'm referring to. I mean, you should see it. It's really something. Couldn't be me. Could not be me. Yeah, you get him the oil. Be a good guy. You know, that's the thing is I like to pride myself on hospitality, being a good host. So if they ever need water or something, I make sure I keep my phone on me. Three inches. What? Me? I wish. Yeah, that'd be nice. All right, one more drive down here. I like it. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. I love you long time. RIP if less than 3. I like that. That rhymes. RIP if less than 3. Yeah. You could say that. Did I get stopped up? Yeah, up here. I did, yeah. Ah, see, yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes the hood gets you like an extra half inch. Keeps you warm in the winter, Tyler. That's why I mean, like, when you were in, were you from, I forget if you said if you were in Jersey. But anyway, I'm just going to say New York. When you were in New York, I mean, that thing had to keep you warm. If I had one, I would name it Macro. Just for the culture. Macro beginning, boys. If I had one, I would name it Macro just for the culture. I think I might just name it Macro regardless. That's actually, I fucking love that name actually. I think my wife is going to have to be a day trader though. Or she might not appreciate the name. Yes, honey, I love you. Just I don't know why you refer to your genitalia as macro when it's clearly micro. Oh shit. Babe, I don't know why you nicknamed it macro when it's clearly micro. All right, I'm just going to call it E-mini. How about that? I'm going to call it E-mini. Or D-mini. Yes. Let's fucking go. D-mini. That's a good one. With the D-mini, trading the E-mini. You know what I'm saying? SMT here at the low as well. This confirms here. I'm going to try longs one more fucking time. I'm going long, boys. I'm going long. If it doesn't go long here, market's a scam. And we're fucking going much lower, probably. We'll see. I may leave runners to data highs. We'll see how it all plays out. Some would be called T-Mini. God, I love D-Mini. That's a good one. That is good. That is good. Is there any female traders in the chat that would be opposed to their significant other referring to their wick as D-Mini? I feel like that's kind of kinky. I kind of like that. Jose, come on, dude. He says, shut the fuck up and read the market. I'm doing both. I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk or I'm high, but I'm both right now, and I need you in my life. I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk or I'm high, but I'm both right now. Yeah, I'm both. Yeah. Oh. I probably shouldn't sing any Drake songs because I don't want to see any Drake candles pop up out of nowhere. Do I go break even right now is the question as we trade into this 15-minute gaparoo. I mean, I definitely don't want to see it return to my entry, but I don't know, man. I've been having some shit luck so far this year with types of management like that, to be honest. But yeah, I guess I'd be pretty pissed off if I didn't go break even and it just melts. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to go break even there, boys. Opposing 15-minute bearish fair value gap. Obviously taking out the short-term high. And up over 1R, so. Would like to see us just disrespected. Data high TP full pull. Probably not. I'll probably partial. For sure, probably going to partial most of my position. Up near 50% of this range. 81 points. Yeah, I'll do... Yeah. I'm going to do 4 off here at 50%. And then leave runners and just manage. Maybe another partial up here above, like, these opening prices. But, yeah. You got to remember, like, we did still... This hourly candle will close in 4 minutes. 3 minutes now. So... you know, you still could, it could be possible that we trade up into here, we respect these PD arrays and continue lower. Like, I can't say that we're 100% going all the way to data high, but that would be kind of nice. And it would make the most sense to me. Yeah, I'll see if this 15-minute wants to inverse. We got 2 minutes left until the close of the hour, and this obviously 15-minute candle as well. So this is your 15-minute. I'll extend it. 15 minuto. Finding support here in this gap. Seek and destroy? I don't think... No, it doesn't look like seek and destroy at all. Don't jinx us, though. I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk or I'm high, but I'm both right now, and I need you in my life. I don't usually do this unless I am drunk or I am high, but I am both right now. Yeah, I'm both. Send the link for the shirt? You just want to mog me, Anthony. All right, so 15-minute. We did get a closure above on NQ, not on ES. Still, nothing is set in stone here. New hour, obviously. And this hourly candle, if you're looking at that, did inverse. So I guess, you know, manage however you want. I'm going to try to hold and get at least 50% of this range for first target. Hopefully this isn't all we get. you know, but if this is all we get, then it's a very, very strong possibility that we do see much lower. But as of right now, it looks good. I have been trading technically since like the beginning of 2020. I've been trading ICT concepts since like 2022 roughly. The 948 inverse? The 948 inverse? I just wasn't bearish. Passed my first funded account. Nice. Congrats. Took the same trade. Wasn't on stream. Nice. Profitable towards the tail end of 22, I would say. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like there were definitely moments beforehand where I like was profitable for a period of time, but then like this was always like trading like live accounts as well. So there would be moments of profitability like prior, but they would just like not last because I would fucking go on tilt at some point or do something fucking stupid. And even when I was profitable, like I still was obviously like net negative. So it's hard for me to like say like that was when I like turned the corner, but that's not really true profitability. So my first like year of being profitable like on my taxes, where I actually had to like factor that in, was 2023. So like 3 years, right? I don't know, boys. Starting to get a little iffy. She is slowing down. This hourly candle is chilling out. What's it gonna do? Macro is coming to an end shortly. 5-minute gap left. I mean, I'm going to hold it. I'm not going to close it early. It's either going to be, you know, target one at least or break even, but just got to sit through this. Aha, moment of truth. Come on. Get that fat ass up there, NASDAQ. You fat, stupid. You know what I mean? Get that fat with a pH, stinky, oiled up bum up there. You've got relative equal data highs with your name on it. They're waiting for you. Feeling all sensual. What would this overall move be? 200 points? Might be fucked then. That might be it. It might be it. We just SMT'd here. Macro's coming to an end as well. Yeah, I don't know. Just risk to reward wise, I don't want to close it early and then look back and be like, oh yeah, this 5-minute held and all this, you know what I mean? So it's just either going to be a break even or it's going to be a W. But up 60 points. Obviously, you guys should be managing your trade however the fuck you want. I'm just not going to have a problem with getting stop break even here. I would have more of a problem if I partialed or closed and then price continues. What is the tax rate for a day trader? Well, your tax, are you talking like bracket? Your tax bracket kind of depends on your overall income. The tax rate, I guess I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I'd have to ask my account. I paid accountant to do my taxes. So I don't know what it is. I know like with live accounts, obviously you have 60-40 futures rule. That is not the same with prop firm payouts. Prop firm payouts is all 1099 for the most part. Unless you're actually in like a live account, then you're in a live account. It's the same thing. But otherwise, yeah, it's 1099. You're paid as like a research analyst, and that's self-employment income, which is the exact same, treated the exact same as like affiliate money or anything like that. But all I know is we pay, we pay a lot of taxes over here. Obviously, as like a self-employed person, technically the percentage is, your percentage of taxes are less compared to like W-2. You pay the most taxes on a W-2, percentage-wise. And as a business owner, it kind of just depends. Write-offs and all this other stuff. Different things you can do to try to be to try to not pay as much tax as possible, but there's only obviously so much you can do. When is it worth it? It kind of depends on the forms that you have and the different incomes that you have that you're reporting. But I would say, once you're making like over 70,000, not even necessarily like an income. Like if you're making over like 50,000, 60,000 a year, I just think it's worthwhile because it's not like they're that expensive, dude. It's like a few $100, and that is also a write-off. So it's like pay the few $100, get it done right, and just say what I say. And what I say always is save me as much as possible and keep me out of prison. And then that's all I say. And then when I write the check, I want to kill myself. And that's just a annual thing. I did used to do some quarterly stuff. I stopped doing that because I just don't want to give the IRS money before I need to. And the extra little bit that you would pay in taxes, like you can usually make up for it by having that money in your possession anyway. I'm going to form an S Corp ML Trades. I'm going to form an S Corp, I think, this year. Yeah, so I got to figure that out here in the near future. Not financial advice, by the way, boys and girls, but I just say get someone else to do it. It's like a few $100. Like fucking A. If you can't afford to, I mean, if you can't afford to spend a few $100 to just have someone do it for you, it's simple if you got like one form. You know what I mean? If you got like one W-2 or like a couple W-2s and then like a 1099, maybe it's simple to do it on TurboTax or some shit. But I always just say, especially if you're dealing with like capital gains at all, crypto, trading, you know, whatever. At that point, I just don't want to deal with it. I mean, have you guys ever tried doing like quarterly, or not quarterly, but have you guys ever tried doing like taxes yourself on TurboTax or something like that? Holy fuck. I mean, they make it pretty simple, but I remember the first year I had to like report any like financial, like capital gains between trading and crypto, especially. I had so many fucking transactions that I had just no idea what the fuck I was doing with them. So I was like, yeah, no. No, Anthony, what I do is I go through like my credit card statements, bank statements, you know, just anything. I have like a spreadsheet that I keep year to year. A lot of it kind of stays the same. Obviously the numbers change, but like the categories stay the same. Spreadsheet kind of like categorize everything in terms of what the expenses are. You know, you got subscriptions that you pay for, TradingView, all sorts of different things that you pay for that relate to your business, office supplies, monitors, whatever. So I just kind of categorize all my expenses, and I don't know what the percentages are of like, because you can't write off 100% of different categories. So I just tell them, I'm like, yeah, just whatever the percentage is, I don't know. Just like you figure that out and just give me the max percentage off. But it's like different percentages for different things, right? Like if you have a home office, you got certain square footage that you either are renting or you are, you know, paying for. Technically, your office is whatever the square footage is, the percentages of like whatever's allowed. You know what I mean? You could have a home office at home in like your smallest bedroom and still, you know, be able to write off like a little bit extra square footage and things like that. So I just, all my expenses, I basically lump them all in a spreadsheet, send it to them along with my, you know, all my income reports, and say, keep me out of prison and save me as much as possible. A YouTube video? I just... I guess I could. All right, guys. Oops. I'm going to partial 4 there. ES is hitting that 50%. Partialing 4. Oops, shit. So I got 3 left. I'm just going to try to hold this for a little bit more of this move. I still think we could be drawing towards those data highs. So a little over half off here. See if we can get a little extra. I will manage it though, if need be. So ES hitting 50% of this range. Let's see if we can get some follow through here. That'd be nice. Obviously 15-minute BPR here, but hourly inversion retest. We got to get back on the right side of that gap. I mean, I guess I can make a video about like what I do with my taxes, but just know that like I'm not going to be giving like nitty-gritty details in terms of like percentages and this and that, because I don't know, truthfully, and I just literally pay someone to do it. I let them handle all that stuff. Yeah, we could see a retracement here. The steps and the write-offs. Okay. I mean, I could probably do that. I wonder if I could pull up my spreadsheet and just kind of give you guys like the categories. I haven't done anything for it this year yet, or for last year. I basically just like one Saturday, I just sit down. I bite the bullet. I sit down. I sit down at my kitchen counter and I'm just like, all right, let's fucking get this over with. Yeah, so categories that I have here, obviously health insurance. You get a form. I gotta go download that form at some point. You get a form with your health insurance, assuming that you're paying that, like through the marketplace. So you got health insurance, like a tax credit for that, depending on your financial situation and all that. Obviously, the way that the healthcare works in the United States, it's kind of a fucking scam. And you pay more if you make more, so that's gay. Office supplies, freelance services. Like I pay for like Canva. That's a write-off. TradingView, internet. Like I said, a portion of your rent or your mortgage. You can write off a portion of your phone bill. Obviously, prop firm expenses. I do streaming and stuff like that. So, for example, like last year, I did some cash giveaways on stream. Obviously, those are write-offs. If you were to do any traveling for your business, you could write that off, obviously. So, like for an example, I know like some people are going to Big Daddy Max's trading event at the end of this month. You could write that off as continued education. So you could write that off. I would include those expenses in. Technically, you could write off some meals while you're doing those or on trips like that. If you do buy courses in trading, assuming you've made money from trading, where you actually have things to write off from your income, you could write off courses that you buy. You could write off private groups. Obviously, car stuff. it's kind of going to be variant on your situation. Like you can do depreciation or mileage. You cannot do both though. So I would, you know, talk that over with your accountant and have them kind of figure out what your situation is and what would save you the most, because that is a big write-off, is your car expenses. Do I have anything else on here? I don't think so. But yeah, pretty much it, right? So you kind of categorize all that, and then I just like total everything out. It is tedious to like go through your monthly shit if you're not doing it like throughout the year, and you just like, that's kind of what I do. I just get a big large sum of everything at the end of or like when I actually go to do my taxes, and then I put everything in the spreadsheet, send those numbers over, and hope for the best. That's all we can do. I mean, I do a spreadsheet. You can do whatever you want. Some people just like write it down on a piece of paper. I just put it together in like a Google sheet and send over the link. Oh yeah, the OnlyFans write-offs. Yeah. So when I buy the baby oil, I do write off the baby oil. Obviously that should go without saying. I do write off the candles. You got to buy a lot of candles. You know, you do some things with candle wax. So yeah, they're all write-offs, all for the content. So I'm going to trail this to the hourly open. If this hourly candle is going to flip back bearish, I'm going to secure it and be green on the day. So if I got payouts in 2025, but my expenses slightly outweighed my payouts, do I have to report them? If you get a 1099, then technically that's already been reported. That's what the prop firm has reported already. Because your income from a prop firm is an expense to the prop firm. So the prop firm is writing off your payouts. So yeah, you would have to report it, but you just report a loss. It's okay to report a loss in business. It's pretty normal, I would say, for a lot of businesses in the beginning to report a loss. Those losses do roll forward into following years, and they will help with your tax, what you pay in taxes the following year. However, if you fail to make an income, like let's say you have a business, if you fail to make an actual income from these businesses for like 3 years plus, doesn't mean they will, but they can technically deem your business as a hobby, and then you can no longer write anything off. I don't necessarily know all the nitty-gritty details with how that happens or how that works. That's something that I've heard or been told, I guess. I don't know if that means that you can't report a loss. Like if you have income, I just don't know how they view that. I've never experienced that, I guess, or I don't know anybody that's experienced that. But I have heard that. It'd be interesting to see like traders and trading related businesses if that has ever happened to somebody. All right, it's going to look like a trail out here probably. Giveaway, please. Maybe we will do a giveaway. What's the likes at? What are the likes at, boys? 89 likes? Yeah, fuck off. Not even 100 likes? No thanks. Stream for free. Don't charge shit. You guys can't even like the stream. You don't deserve a giveaway. You don't deserve a giveaway. Sorry, not sorry. When the likes start getting, I have accounts to give away too. When the likes start getting there without me having to give you guys literal hand jobs to get them, maybe we'll do more giveaways. Oh, look at that dump. I kind of wanted to do a giveaway just for Varun, because if he won, I was going to not give it to him and reroll. All right, Varun, bro. Bro, are you fucking retarded? Like, honestly. Jesus. What a spike, boys. Well, hey, good trail out, I guess. Good trail out in profit, I guess. What the hell? All right, so we're green by $100 on the day. $97.40 to be exact. Other than my leader account. My leader account is down 60 cents. So, all right. Well, this would be crazy if this wicks and just flies. Oh my God. What a dirty bitch. That's crazy. I mean, that would have been a break even regardless. But holy. I put Varun in timeout, boys. For 24 hours. So he won't even be able to bother us next stream until like this time if we're still live. How can this happen? This is trading. That is trading. Are you even teaching anything or complaining about likes? I don't know. I guess I'm complaining about likes. I try to explain everything and teach where people have questions about stuff, but I mean, if you guys are going to sit here and complain about if you guys are going to sit here and complain about stuff and then beg for giveaways on top of it and you don't even hit the like button, like a lot of entitlement. Anyway, well, all right, boys. I'm probably gonna call it there. We'll see what happens from here. Technically a green day, 1 loss, 1 partial win. Honestly, that'd be pretty gnarly, dude. I still got my eyes on data high, 26,045. So we'll just see. I guess if it displaces higher and we can confirm, or it just looks like that is where we're drawing towards, I would be open to replaying this later, potentially. But I'm going to wait for now. I'm going to wait for now. But I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord if you guys are in there and on X. So follow me there if you have not already. Trump speaks later today at 2 o'clock. So I would just maybe be a little weary if you're trading around 2 o'clock. But I think it should be okay. And then PPI tomorrow, boys. PPI tomorrow. We got October data coming out as well. Unemployment Thursday. So I'll be back live tomorrow nonetheless. That's, bro, this is crazy though. What a crazy manipulation. Market makers do not want people catching this move apparently. At least not easily. Holy. So anyway, yeah, it was a good trail out just because it would have been a break even on the rest anyway. But dying. All right, boys. Enjoy your, what is it today? Tuesday? Enjoy your Tuesday. I will be back live tomorrow. And I'll keep you guys updated if there's anything else that I take later today, all right? Appreciate you, boys and girls. Hit the like button on your way out. If you want to get funded, code Tyler with Tradeify. Yeah, man. Enjoy your Tuesday, everybody. Peace and love.
Wake up early, coffee to my lips. Tyler Trade streaming, giving us tips. The NASDAQ hustle riding up high. Charts on my playground, never asking why. ICT moves, smart money flows. Precision like an arrow, yeah, that's how it goes. Stop loss is shaking, but I hold my ground. Payouts stacking while the beats pound. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Trade lots now, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity graphs making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Trader age every single day. Trendline snap, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age.